Good afternoon and welcome to the news at noon on Aneke TV. The headlines. Federal government urges striking health workers to return to negotiation. Mpox outbreak hits 5 local government areas in Benue State. FEC approves 68.7 billion naira for power projects. Ogun State government to begin disbursements of grants to artisans, small-scale businesses. Police in Enugu arrest 13 suspects for various offenses. Co-founder of Lakewood Church is dead. I am Faith Wins Ezi. Now the news in details. The federal government has appealed to the striking health workers, especially the nurses, to call off the ongoing strike, saying the contentious issues can be resolved through negotiations. Already, the federal government said it will be meeting with the leadership of the nurses and doctors today in a bid to trash out all the issues that led to the strike. The coordinating Minister of Health and Social Welfare, Professor Ali Pat, announced this while briefing State House correspondents at the end of the Federal Executive Council meeting presided by President Bola Tinubu at the Council Chambers, Presidential Villa, Abuja. The minister said that all issues that led to the nurses' strike have been looked into and actions have been taken by the government to address the issue. In the meantime, the federal government has approved the National Industrial Relations Policy (NRRP) 2025 to check strikes. This is to curtail incessant industrial actions by trade unions. Briefing State House correspondents at the end of the Federal Executive Council (FEC) meeting presided by President Bola Tinubu, the Minister of Information and National Orientation, Mohammed Idris, explained that the new policy will regulate activities of trade unions. He said the National Industrial Relations Policy for the country stems from the need to have a guiding policy document aimed at fostering harmonious industrial relations within the workplace for both employers and employees. Meanwhile, organized labor has vowed to resist any attempt by external forces to cause disunity between the Nigeria Labour Congress (NLC) and the Trade Union Congress of Nigeria (TUC) so as to weaken the agitation for co-workers' welfare. In the meantime, academic and non-academic employees of the Lagos State University (LASU) have embarked on an indefinite strike over welfare and other unresolved issues with the management. Although details of the workers' grievances were not immediately available at the time of filing this report, it was gathered that the industrial action began yesterday. In a letter to the Vice-Chancellor of the University, Professor Ibiyemi Olatunji Bello, dated July 31, 2025, the leadership of the 4 unions in the institution vowed not to call off the strike until all their demands were met. To health. Benue State has recorded 31 suspected cases of Mpox across 5 local government areas: Makurdi, Oshongo, Gwe East, Kasinala, and Guma. The Executive Secretary of the Benue State Primary Health Care Board, Mrs. Grace Wende, announced this during the Benue State Stakeholders Engagement and Town Hall meeting on the Mpox vaccination rollout. She explained that 7 of the suspected cases were yet to be confirmed. Represented by the State Immunization Officer, Mr. Emmanuel Adega, she said 10 unconfirmed cases were recorded in Makurdi, 8 in Kasinala, 7 in Gwel East, 4 in Guma, and 2 in Oshongo local government areas. The Federal Executive Council (FEC) has approved 68.7 billion naira for key electricity projects in universities and teaching hospitals across Nigeria. The Minister of Power, Mr. Adebayo Adelabu, announced this after a FEC meeting chaired by President Bola Tinubu at the State House, Abuja. He said the project reflects the government's resolve to ensure a steady electricity supply in vital sectors like health and education. The Ogun State Ministry of Community Development and Cooperatives says It has commenced the registration process of the disbursement of 500 million naira worth of businesses and industrial grants to artisans and small-scale businesses owners in the state. The commissioner in charge of the ministry, Mr. Ademola Balogun, announced this when he appeared before the Ogun State House of Assembly Committee on Community Development and Cooperatives at the Assembly Complex, Oke Musan, Abeokuta. Mr. Balogun's disclosure came as part of the ongoing 2025 mid-year budget performance appraisal. He assured that the process leading to the disbursement of the funds would be transparent and accommodate all categories of the beneficiaries, including artisans and small-scale business owners. To some security matters. Police in Enugu State say they have arrested 13 suspects for alleged conspiracy, armed robbery, unlawful possession of firearms, and cult-related activities. The command's public relations officer, Mr. Daniel Ndukwe, who confirmed the arrest in a statement issued in Enugu, said the arrests were made during a series of recent tactical and intelligence-guided operations, which also resulted in the recovery of firearms, vehicles, and other incriminating evidence. Meanwhile, the Commissioner of Police in the state, Mr. Maman Bitrus Giwa, has commended the operatives for their proactive efforts, urging them to sustain the momentum. He reaffirmed the command's unwavering commitment to ridding the state of criminal elements and ensuring the safety and security of all law-abiding citizens. He also called on the residents to remain vigilant and to report suspicious individuals or activities to the nearest police station. Also, troops of 6th Brigade Nigerian Army Sector 3 Operations Whale Stroke, in collaboration with operatives of the Department of State Service (DSS), have busted a gun-running syndicate and arrested a suspected high-profile gun runner in Taraba State. The operation was said to have been conducted around Ambassador Roundabout in Wukari local government area and led to the arrest of a 29-year-old identified as Bolyami Swape, a native of Belango village in Karim Lamido local government area. The public relations officer of the 6th Brigade Nigeria Army, Omar Mohammed, in a statement said the suspect is believed to be a key player in armed trafficking operating within the region. According to the statement, items recovered from the suspect during the operations include 365 rounds of 7.62mm special ammunition, 1 round of 7.62mm NATO ammunition, 842,100 black Jincheng motorcycle, 1 Redmi Android phone, 1 itel phone, 2 silver rings, and 1 First Bank ATM card. In the meantime, the Nigerian Army has debunked false claims associating its personnel to unprofessional conduct of burning of homes, looting property, and harassing civilians in Omulamaku, Ehima, Mbano local government area of Imo. This is contained in a statement issued on the Enugu by Lieutenant Colonel Olabisi Ayeni, Acting Deputy Director, Army Public Relations, 82 Division of Nigerian Army. Claims were not only false, but also a calculated attempt to sabotage the incessant fight among Big Brother Niger 10 over altercations as Emisi was caught threatening to stab her colleague, Koyen, during another brawl on last night. The fight was initially Sultana and Emisi before Roboy also joined Sultana in calling out Emisi over her poor kitty. Said she wouldn't fall for his trick, claiming that he was trying, known affectionately as Mama Dodi, is dead. Her son, Faith. And to end the news at noon, the main points. The federal government has a billion naira for key electrical projects in universities and teaching hospitals across the country. The Ogun State Ministry of Community Development and Corporate